Noreen has religion,
Jesus have mercy.
a very busy teenage daughter,
This is just way too much right now.
and a husband whose faith lies in more earthly pursuits.
I'm a basic guy who plays hockey, drinks beer.
But when a little angel appears on the scene, all three of them need to join the chorus.
If you ever snore, I'll beat you.
Noreen and Chuck have their differences. They also have teenage Taylor. And when a baby comes along, they have no idea what they're up against. Our panel of birthdays experts will be watching closely over the next 6 weeks. Relationship guru and woman about town, Josie Vogels. Supermom with a watchful eye, Kathy Buckworth. And the man who's always psyched and ready to go, Dr. Irvin Wolkoff. When Noreen first met Chuck at a work function, Cupid's arrow was way off the mark.
Okay, fine.
I didn't like him because I thought he was a big belly foul-mouthed guy. There's no way I'm going to talk to him. I didn't like him at all.
I thought she was kind of quiet, not quite my speed. She's different than I am.
That's a little bit of an understatement, but Noreen saw something there.
One of the biggest things is that he's really kind-hearted, and that's what really started the attraction for me.
And Noreen has another man in her life. His name is Jesus.
I am a Seventh-day Adventist. I don't know how often I pray a day. It could be 5 times, it could be 20 times. I don't know. It depends on what's happening. I mean, there is my standard time that I pray. I pray when I wake up in the morning and when I go down at night. And if Taylor and I are having worship in the evening, we pray as well. Then, dear Father, I pray for myself that you let me be a good mother, a good wife.
Chuck bows down to a very different kind of altar.
I'm a basic Canadian guy who loves football, plays hockey, drinks beer, and she never seen no side of that before. No, she doesn't drink. She had the rum cake for Christmas. Got loaded, had to go pass out, felt sick.
These are 2 different worlds.
But now their worlds will definitely collide when a baby comes a-knockin'.
This is gonna be my first baby, and I'm not afraid, I'm very excited.
Really?
Yeah.
You are excited?
Well,
Okay. You're not afraid?
I'd be a mole if I wasn't excited.
Oh, okay. This is going to be my second. I have a 13-year-old daughter, Taylor. How are you?
When I first met Noreen, I knew that she had a daughter because she had told me. So I knew it would be tough going in.
Especially since Taylor keeps them both very busy.
The biggest change that's going to happen with this baby is, for me, it's Taylor. Because Taylor's involved in a lot of activities, and I'm her chauffeur.
It's been like that for 13 and a half years of her life, but now it's going to have to stop for a couple weeks.
Because that's when Noreen's expecting the baby and when Chuck's expecting his son.
Oh yeah, it's got to be a boy, for sure. My family only has boys first. That's the way it is.
I have no idea what the sex of this baby is, but we refer to it as a boy.
Oh, it's got to be a boy. There's no doubt about it in my mind. We're going to even the score a little bit.
Especially since Chuck has been drowning in a pool of estrogen.
We have friends that are staying with us, and it's just because of their situation right now. It's been working okay.
Whenever they come home, I always have food ready for them, just like Mom.
But it isn't always sunshine and lollipops.
There's a 3-year-old, and when she gets up in the morning, she can be a bit loud, and it wakes him up, and it really irritates him.
You got to give me, some kind of support. I live with 6 women. And my time is coming, and it's got to be a boy.
What he has to realize that even if it's a boy, it's a baby boy, and babies are sort of a bit sexless at the beginning. Anyway, I hope it's a boy for his sake.
I always love it when couples, rely on the old opposites attract as a way of kind of excusing how completely different they are. It does concern me a little bit in this case, I mean, she's got Jesus, he's got TV, and, where's baby gonna fit in between?
It seems to be, I agree with you, 2 separate sort of camps that we're dealing with here, and I'm not sure if they have a plan of how those camps will come together.
So Chuck's time has definitely come, and now so has baby Casey's.
Chuck didn't get his boy like he wished. Yeah, he's lucky. At least he got something.
Baby's coming, and Chuck, who's been preparing for his son for so long. I heard they cry out that the head is there, and Chuck goes, "Oh, it looks like me." I'm thinking, okay. And then the doctor goes, "It's a girl." And I'm waiting for Chuck's response. And of course it's, "I want a refund." I'm like, I'm in pain. I'm so delirious. And this is what he said. But I was listening though, because when they said it's a girl, I'm like, oh my gosh. The first thing that came into my head, because I know how much he wanted a boy. Think of it though, honey. You'll be the king forever. Can you imagine?
King of the castle.
Yep, you're gonna be the king.
I'm really excited that I have a little sister and that I actually helped name her. And her name is Casey Madison.
And you know what Madison stands for? I'm mad I didn't get a son. I had this son.
But at the moment, Chuck doesn't seem too disappointed. In fact, he seems pretty smitten with his little girl.
Oh, you made a big stinker. Oh, yeah. Just like fudge. Welcome home. This is the first time. We'll have to put this in your little book. The day Casey comes home. Oh, look at your beautiful brown eyes. Yeah. I'm your daddy.
And now it's time for Casey to meet all the other ladies.
Chuck, oh my.
We're going to Chuck, oh my.
This is all about Chuck. Don't see the baby look
You
like
set
Chuck.
her up.
No, I
You
didn't.
set her up.
You're supposed to be a boy.
Let me get the rough guesser. 1,
Thank God she didn't
2,
get none of Noreen's hair.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One can do the laundry. One to cook. One to wash the car. One to sweep the floors. There's a job for all 7 of you.
I hope that they don't carry on with that theme of it's supposed to be a boy or the Madison. You know, that's a bit, it's a bit much. It's a joke at the beginning, but they got to drop the joke pretty quickly.
I watched them with that little girl, and I recognized that face where your brain melts and you're just completely in love with the baby. So I don't think he actually has a problem with a girl.
That aside, Taylor seems really excited about the baby. They're worried about that. We'll see once the baby starts cutting into her schedule and all her chauffeuring and everything, if she's still really excited about having a little sister.
It's been 1 week since Casey has joined the clan. But today, after living with Chuck and Noreen for 3 months, part of the clan is leaving the building.
You gonna miss all this, Sophie?
Oh yeah, I'll stop by every day. I have reasons to stop by. If you guys don't want to let me, I'm coming to visit the baby.
I would like to state that I feel great that my moving guests are moving.
I'm both ways. I'm happy and I'm sad. I'm gonna miss Sophie's company. I guess having another woman around the house was kind of neat, having someone to talk to. But I'm not gonna miss Roshana waking me up in the morning. That is the good part.
After Raquel's funky exit march, Chuck packs up the truck and the gang's all gone.
It was 3 whole months over here, right?
Yeah. You know, it didn't feel like it. Like
It didn't feel, it felt like 5. It's gonna be a lot quieter.
And though it may be quieter during waking hours, Chuck's symphony in E snort major makes nighttime a little less so.
You're going to wake up Casey now.
And even though Noreen was up most of the night with newborn feedings and a grown man's ruckus, the next morning brings business as usual.
Taylor, come on, you're gonna be late. Where's your lunch bag? Every time you do this, you forget your lunch bag. Get your lunch bag.
Chuck is on Casey watch, and Noreen drives Taylor to school.
Wanna go find Mommy, get some food? I know. Oh, you hear that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Okay, the milk truck is here.
The milk truck.
And then it's the old switcheroo when Noreen returns home, because it's time for Chuck to return to work.
Yeah, Taylor's at school, Daddy's gone to work.
So with Chuck off playing with big machines, Noreen's pal visits, bringing a new machine that will alleviate some stress.
Let's do this, because this is going to make your life a whole lot easier. Relax, okay? Because you need to relax.
There's a machine involved and you want me to relax.
Yes, you need to relax. You need to be comfortable. You need to set yourself focused to breastfeed. Any stress and the milk might not Like, come out.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
No milk is coming. I worry so much because when I have to drop Taylor at school and then rushing back to get back to feed Casey is like just nerve-wracking. I can't handle it.
And since it's been 13 years since Noreen has handled a newborn, she's having trouble keeping up.
Every time I put her down, she wakes up. It's a bit overwhelming because I have laundry to get done or a room to clean up. It's driving me nuts today.
So to help her cope, Noreen looks for some assistance from above.
Dear Jesus, bless my Mickey. Let it be strong for my body and let my bones get strong. Prayer for us is just communicating with God. I pray if something happens.
But Noreen's gonna have to do a whole lot more praying to make her kitchen heavenly.
Look at it.
Thankfully, Noreen's salvation comes in the form of Taylor.
Taylor is home. What a joy. Oh, I'm so glad you're home. I have not gotten a break all day.
When I come home from school and my mom and Chuck give me the baby, it makes me feel like a big sister. And I've always been kind of independent in some ways. So it's not really that big of a change for me.
I guess if I've never appreciated you before, I do now.
Though Noreen might appreciate Taylor now, she doesn't appreciate her schedule.
Mommy, you know how I have band on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're picking you up. I keep telling you, you can't book yourself into things anymore. You gotta ask us first. Because if you found out on Saturday, you should have told us on Saturday.
Correct.
You're
At
telling us
9:20
now.
when you came home. Mom, Chuck, something came up today. What do you think? Can I participate? You just don't come now. Skiing, choir, then the baseball in the summertime, you throw in this choir. I'm wondering where the homework thing gets in here.
That's why some nights she's up so late. And the day's gonna come when we will say no.
Oh, it's coming soon.
Just as predicted, almost like right on cue.
But I have to
right?
wonder, is this a change? Is this the first time that Taylor's heard them say to her it's too much? I hope that it's not. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise then she's going to blame the baby
It had
for
that feel.
Can we talk about the snoring?
Well, move to another bedroom, buddy. What's up with that?
Exactly.
Like, again, I think they have some issues that they think are problems and they're complaining, but they're easily solved, but they seem hesitant to change up anything from how they've been living already.
Religious observance and worship are no substitute for taking care of business.
It's been 3 weeks since Casey's birth, and church bells are ringing.
You got your Bible? No. Today's the Sabbath or Saturday. Chuck usually doesn't come to church with us. He comes once in a while.
Noreen knows who I am, and Noreen knows what I believe in, and that's all that matters. I believe a simple life is the best life, and I don't need to pray because there's enough people in this house praying already. Have a nice day.
Okay. Come, Casey, let's go pray for Daddy. He needs lots of prayer.
Casey's going to be raised as a Seventh-day Adventist. Others will know that she's a Seventh-day Adventist because I'm sure when she gets older, when people start saying, do you want to do this, do that, she's going to say, no, I'm going to church.
He already told me at 2, I'm going to teach her how to ice skate, you know, because he's a big hockey fan. So I know we're going to have some headbutts when that comes around. Worshipping from sunset to sunset or when we're at church, there's no activities that Taylor is able to do. For example, if she wants to play baseball, if her baseball team has a game on Saturday, she wouldn't be able to go.
A lot of tournaments are on Saturdays. Mom won't let Taylor go. Playoffs on Saturday. Mom won't let Taylor go. And it made me so mad.
Do I think it's going to become an issue? Yes, eventually it will.
She said, well, yeah, that will become an issue. It's like, okay, so why don't you talk about it now?
I'm curious as to why he seems so accepting as well about, well, Casey's going to be raised as Seventh-day Adventist, but I got this list of issues, but she's still going to be raised as one.
Is it that now, you know, that he could get mad about the Taylor thing, but he couldn't do anything about it, and now with this, it's like, okay, this is my flesh and blood, now I can do something.
It's been about 4 weeks since Casey has come home, and about forever since Noreen has slept.
Chuck snoring, it's like a Mack truck. He snores so loud, I can't sleep, and I have to hit him to wake him up.
And I got a shot in the back. And I rolled over and said, but if you think that you're gonna lay in this bed and snore all night, you got another thing coming.
If he's snoring, he does not hear when Casey's crying at all. He just sleeps right through everything. And his snoring also wakes the baby up.
So what am I gonna do about it? She goes, go sleep in the basement. So, well, maybe I'll sleep in Taylor's room and send Taylor up to sleep with you guys. And that didn't work out because Taylor gave me the, I don't think so.
It's not my fault. It's your daughter.
Just because y'all don't know how to sleep with a bit of noise.
Okay, look, Daddy's leaving.
So now that their house guests have left, Chuck can make good use of the spare room and the comfy inflatable raft/bed, which is just fine for him. And Noreen needs all the sleep she can muster because she's still Taylor's chauffeur.
You need to say to me, Mom, there might be a meeting the day you find out, because you can't tell me the day before. You know what I'm gonna do the next time you do that? Tough. That's what I'm gonna say to you. Tough, Taylor, tough. See, Casey can be in every single thing she wants to be. You know why? You know why, Taylor? Why? Tell me why. By the time Casey's ready, you should have your license.
So before it gets to that point, the next day, Chuck comes up with a solution.
Look what we have here.
Board.
This is a whiteboard. We'll hold it up so everybody can see it. Because you keep us so busy, we put this in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then everybody can see what's going on. And then somebody knows that when she has to be home at a certain time to get somewhere. And we can plan.
And Taylor wastes no time filling it out.
No more surprises from Taylor. So if you come home and you know you have something, you put it there.
Sure there wasn't a bigger one, Chuck?
We only have 7 days out of the month that you and I can do something. Oh boy, all I can tell you, my dear daughter, as much as I love you, if something pops up that's not on that board...
You ain't doing it.
Okay.
And ain't isn't the word, but it is now.
Problem with their family calendars, Taylor's the only one on it.
I know.
Like, Mom and Dad don't get to do anything. There's no social life.
And then what's going to happen when this baby gets a bit older and starts wanting to do things too, heaven forbid. But again, we get into this thing where it's like, next time this happens, we're going to say tough. It's like, why not this time?
So now that Taylor is organized and Chuck is prioritized, Noreen has a chance to go over some plans.
All right. Oh no, I forgot the cake.
In a couple of weeks, Casey will be officially dedicated as a member of the Seventh-day Adventists.
A dedication is a ceremony that we do at the church where we offer her children to God. Hey, Pastor, it's Noreen. How are you?
So after Noreen makes plans with the pastor, she needs to talk to the father.
You want to talk about this dedication stuff? I know you're not so big on it. This is for Casey. You have to be there. There's a part in there where they're going to ask us questions as to how we're going to raise the baby.
It's their business?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Because having the child being dedicated at the church is our offering, giving God thanks for this gift that He's given to us, and we're just basically offering it back to God and say, hey, we're going to be raising it right, and that's basically what it is. It's a commitment to God how we're going to raise this child. They might say we're going to make sure that we bring the child to church and all that stuff. Honey, just answer yes, please.
I have my own beliefs too, and I have a way that I think my child could have fun growing up.
Jesus grew up to be the wisest, kindest man on earth, announcing that the Son of God was born.
Life ain't built around church. They seem to think it is, but I don't.
He might say, my life revolves around the church. But no, it revolves around God.
He works probably during the week. So the one day out of the 2 days that he has off, that he has a chance to spend with his kids, they can't do anything.
He will not have an open conflict with Noreen. He just wants to keep, it's not really peace, it's kind of an uneasy ceasefire.
She can't just kind of go, well, that's my religion, lump it or leave it. It's not going to do any good for the future of their relationship.
Noreen is busy with a baby, a Bible, and a big snoring husband. And Noreen and Chuck don't see eye to eye when it comes to the spirit in the sky.
I hate the fact that when she grows up, to please her mother and to keep peace in my household, I'm going to have to find something for her to do that doesn't happen on Friday nights and Saturdays.
I hate it? Some people would think that hating something would justify a little conversation.
Casey has been home for 5 weeks, and she doesn't have Noreen all to herself at night anymore.
If you ever snore, I'll beat you.
Chuck is no longer sleeping in the basement. Chuck's snoring has not changed, and it will never change. But I'm living with it. There's nothing else I can do.
My plan is to sleep in my bed with my daughter in the bassinet And with the mom in the bed. And if I can help during the night, I will, but Noreen knows that I'm going to work. And I know that she's such a hands-on mom that she'll be taking those duties right over. But if she needs my help, sometimes she just can't, you know. If she's just too tired to get up and change a diaper, and that's all it entails, then hey, give me a shot and I'll get up and go do it.
What do they call this bed? The matrimonial bed. So I can't keep him out of the bed. So I have to accept it. So what I do now, I just lay there until eventually I fall asleep.
I'm looking for a solution for my snoring. And I've come up with one solution.
Oh, what is that? Go back to the basement?
I've come up with one solution.
Oh my gosh.
Here, my dear. Here would be some earplugs.
Here's a couple of earplugs, and you should be able to sleep with a little bit of noise and completely
It's like her problem? I don't think so.
So hopefully, Noreen can convince Chuck to get to the doctor about his snoring. But today, she's already convinced him to be a part of Casey's dedication.
My plan was to agree to let her dedicate the baby. I would never hear the end of it because her whole life is around their religion. The Christian way of life is to love everybody, whether they're blue, black, white, big, short, round. With Casey being a member of that church, when she starts to meet new friends and she asks me to come with her because she wants to introduce to my friends, I'll be there. But I'll make an effort to try to go. I know the pastor wants me to come. I'll get there, but not as much as he's hoping, but I'll be going every once in a while for sure.
I like the fact that they went to the dedication together, that they went as a family. It's too bad Chuck wasn't totally comfortable with it, but hopefully he saw what it means to Noreen and gave him a better understanding. Hopefully she saw that he was a little uncomfortable, and that brings them to a discussion.
And so now that the dedication is over, Chuck and Noreen take the expert's advice.
I'm glad you went with it. I was kind of worried there, but...
As I went to it or went with what happened?
No, but before you were giving me whatever, and
because
then...
that's my job.
But then you did come around and start helping me running around and stuff. Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Me being a Christian, Chuck not being one, the agreement was allow me to take her to church with me until at least she's 12, because that's what my parents did. And at that time, if she chooses to not come with me again and just want to hang out with you, it's okay. I can live with it then. But allow me to do that.
We'll see what happens when she gets that age, and I'll let her choose what she wants to do. But I feel, I'll bend a little bit. You know, how many weekends are in a year? So what, she doesn't make it one Saturday?
I have to give her some leeway with him. I know that I have to do that. I might not be happy about it, but I know that I have to do that. But I don't like the grin on your face.
Well, it's kind of like conquering the champion.
They seem to have had some kind of discussion because they've come up with this compromise. But of course, they've been able to put off the conflict for another 11, 12 years, which is perfect.
And that's easy for her to throw out, right? Yeah, sure, when she's 11 or 12. I agree. For both of them, it works for now.
Yeah, let's pray they figure it out.
Whoa.
We're going to work on those issues. We got a long time before we come to them, but it's going to be a dogfight. But maybe by the time Casey gets that age, Mom will be mellowed out. She'll be in her 50s by then.
Think you finished?
Got that thing on your head again.
Yes.
It's like sleeping with Aunt Jemima.
Sure.
Every day. Why don't you go make me some pancakes?
Go to your bed.
Well, I look like Chef Boyardee to you?
No, the Pillsbury Doughboy.